갈게 singing I'll be on my way. Okay, 나부터 바뀌지 않으면 세상이 바뀌지가 않는데.
First, I want to say thank you so much for taking some time to speak to CNN Brazil. I'm really happy with this interview. And it is so nice that Epik High is coming to Brazil. What have you heard about our country? And do you know any artists from here?
Well, first of all, it's Epik High's first time, but it's my second time.
Really?
Yes, a long time ago, I was there for a project group called Any Band with Samsung. We did 2 music videos there. We were there for a while, and the music videos were like movies, basically. So we stayed in Brazil. We got to see many different locations. I went to the beach. I hung out with a bunch of people. I actually promised my members that one day we'll go to Brazil together, and I'll show you like where I went. After all these years, I finally get to keep that promise.
And you said once that you don't mind when people call Epik High K-pop, K-hip-hop, or folk band. Is it because Epik High manages to transition between musical genres? Is Epik High everything, everywhere, all at once?
Well, see, here's the thing. Like when there seems to be like this huge debate all the time on Twitter about like that word K-pop.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I don't really understand it that well, I guess, because when we first started, that word didn't really get used. And then one day, like, we were in the States, and we would be like, anytime we did an interview, it would say K-pop, right? And then, so I was like, okay, I guess we're K-pop artists. Later, K-pop became like synonymous with like idol groups, apparently, right? And then there was like K-hip hop, all these different labels. And here's the thing, like, I don't really care. Like, people can label us, like, I understand that the media has to label us something, right? Because you gotta use words, right? Like, you gotta say something. But here's the thing, like, whatever you label us doesn't really change what we are, like, in essence. And if you asked me to come up with a word to describe what our music is, I couldn't do it. That's always been the struggle in Korea as well. Like, the media has had a very difficult time labeling us just hip-hop because we do a lot of music that's not hip-hop. It's very hard to put us into a category. So, like, why even try, right?
넌 찰지네 비가 오고 또 비가 오고 슬픈 음악이 흐르면.
And that's why I'm totally fine with people calling us, hip hop, K-hop, K-pop. I don't care. You can call us like just 3 dudes on a mic. It's totally fine.
You have already 20 years of career. What is it like to be a significant influence on younger artists?
It's very flattering that they think of us that way. I actually didn't know that a lot of these artists thought of us as influences until recently. I saw a lot of like cover videos where they were covering our songs. A lot of artists that are mentioning, wanting to work with us, which is really shocking because I'm also a fan of them. They don't know this, but you have no idea how much money I spend on K-pop CDs and and merch and lightsticks. Do you know how right before I came here, I bought TXT lightsticks and 17 lightsticks, and I just have this growing collection of lightsticks because like, it's not just one lightstick. There's generations of lightsticks, right? And when a new one comes out, you gotta get that. My whole house is full of K-pop fans. My wife Haejung, she loves K-pop. My daughter, obviously. So every week, like 3 times a week, I'm at Hot Tracks buying K-pop CDs and all the different variations. And all the money I made from K-pop is going straight back into K-pop.
You said on Twitter that even the person that sells you the albums already know you.
They're like, oh my God, Tablo here buying all these CDs of other groups, right? We also bought like this huge like Lisa album. It was like a box, and they're just seeing me with all these boxes, and they're like, Tablo, and I'm like, yeah, and they just look at the CDs and they're like, wow, he actually buys the CDs. And this is why it's like when I see one of these artists mention me or us in an interview, or sometimes they'll text and they'll say, you know, we really want to work with you. It's probably the same feeling that a musician's fans would have.
에픽 하이 에픽 하이 에픽 하이 에픽 하이 에픽 하이 에픽 하이.
So it's just like double special and also surprising and weird. You know, I'll be like, for example, I'll be listening to like a Stray Kids song, and if they suddenly mention me in an interview, it just feels weird, right? Because I'm like, hey, I like them too, and it's fun.
You guys write your songs and they're amazing. I would like to know, like, can you tell us an interesting story behind a song you wrote? A song that you wrote really fast, or a song that took a long time, or a collaboration that you really liked doing, or inspiration that you had?
Fastest song from like, let's make a song together to putting it out was there was a song like that, and there's also a song that took the longest to create and put out, and both of them were with SUGA. So Epik High's Eternal Sunshine, it was like I was, you know, hanging out with SUGA, and then I was like, hey, give me a song. I need like a track. I want to do something like this, and then, you know, I'll try to make a hook on it, and let's try this. He said he was like, I think he was like on tour or something. He sends me the beat. Within like 10-15 minutes, I had the hook. I recorded it, sent it to him that day. Right away, he, you know, did extra work on the track, sends it back, and like it was done. So that happened that fast. But I have another song that I wrote for an artist named Lee Sora, called Song Request, and that song, SUGA as a guest rapper on it, you know, and SUGA wrote the lyrics, and, you know, he did this great verse. But the song literally took almost 2 years to come out because of all these different things going on. So we had a finished song that didn't come out for 2 years, and in that time, because 2 years is a long time, SUGA had like his rapping style had like developed into different styles, you know, like the way he viewed the world changed. You know, 2 years is a long time. So SUGA's like, Hyung, this song that I recorded 2 years ago is coming out now. Like, I think I need to like redo it. And I'm like, I don't know if we have time to redo it. And he's, but I'm like, but yeah, you're right. Like I can't. That's like 2 years ago, SUGA. So he's like, okay. So he re-recorded it, and the song that everyone got to hear is the re-recording. I mentioned this because this shows you, like, even if the exact same people work on it, some songs take the shortest time. They just happen like this, and some songs take forever to get to the audience. And it's not because of who makes it, you know. It's just different circumstances and, you know, different things behind the scenes, different inspirations. So every song has its own clock, really.
Yeah, there's no formula, right? That's interesting.
Yeah.
정의 쓰레기만 넘쳐나 뭘 더 바래 축제는 끝이 났고 떠나갈 일만 남았네 나까지 이런 마지막 인사는 접어도 사양할게.
So my last question is actually, do you have any question for me about Brazil, since you're coming here with Epik High?
If it's gonna be my last day on earth and I was gonna eat Brazilian food, I've had Brazilian food, but I want to hear it from someone who lives there. One Brazilian dish should I be eating?
Okay, a lot of Brazilians would say feijoada, which is like a beans with a lot of meat. But I would say our barbecue. Korean barbecue is amazing, but Brazilian barbecue has also so many things and is very different. With also garlic bread, and we have a cheese called queijo coalho. I think you should have like a Brazilian barbecue with a lot of alcohol, and I would say
Wait, what is the cheese called?
Queijo coalho.
Queijo coalho.
Yeah, it's really
That
good.
sounds delicious. Sounds delicious.
And
What
you should have
alcohol would you-
cachaça. Cachaça is Brazilian soju. There's one that has a flavor of jambu, which is a leaf from the Amazon region of Brazil that makes your mouth numb. So when you drink it, your mouth gets numb.
Forever?
No, just in the moment.
Okay, Brian, my manager is on the call right now. Hey, make note of that because that's what we're drinking after the show.
그칠 때만 되면 또 다시 비가 내리네 잘 지내